This is Good Morning San Diego.
Well, industry experts and the public joined together yesterday to discuss California's property tax system. And while some are optimistic about a new modernized system, others say the split roll property tax is not going to be good for San Diego. Today I'm joined by Mark Powell, who's part of the group Californians to Stop Higher Property Taxes. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
How are you?
So yesterday we spoke with a representative from the State Board of Equalization, Malia Cohen,
Yes.
who talked about starting, the first of 4 statewide conversations about modernizing our property taxable system, a potential split roll tax, Prop 13. We discussed all of this, but there is a group that you're a part of that is really against doing a split roll tax system. Talk about that and why it's not good in your eyes for business
First,
owners.
just a basic explanation of what Proposition 13 is. Prop 13 was established in 1978 to help struggling homeowners cope with skyrocketing property taxes. In fact, these property taxes were going up at such a rate, seniors, people on fixed incomes were being foreclosed on. So one way to solve the problem was to fix the property tax at an annual increase of only 2%. That also went with commercial properties as well. So people who own businesses, they were also able to manage their money, know how much they're going to have to spend on taxes every month, so they don't shut down.
And so while Californians were strongly in favor of this in the 70s, now there's a group kind of pushing back saying, hey, let's make them pay more, let's split this up, stop giving them these benefits.
Right.
And you and the group that you're part of are saying that's really not fair. That's going to have serious consequences. We're already paying skyrocketing taxes in the state of California, and if small business owners are going to be on a split roll and therefore having to pay more, it's going to affect many small businesses who are going to have to pass on those costs to consumers.
You're 100% correct. So the unintended consequences of splitting the tax roll would be that property taxes would increase in strip malls. So let's take your mom and pop little coffee shop or a pet store or a nail salon. They go from paying property taxes of maybe $1,000, $2,000 a year. That could spike to $8,000 or $9,000 a year if that property is reassessed. And what this law would do is reassess commercial buildings every 3 years. So a commercial building that was purchased back, let's say, 20 years ago for $1 million or $2 million, now it's worth $10 million. Your property taxes go from $20,000 a year to $30,000, $40,000 a year. And that price is going to be passed on to consumers. The property owner is not going to pay it. We're going to pay more, so our pizza that costs $15 is now going to cost $20 or $22.
So the group, your group went to the meeting yesterday with the State Board of Equalization.
Well, what we want to do is we want to make sure that Prop 13 is left alone, because once you take out the commercial, the next thing is coming after residential. And people like my mom, who's on a fixed income, who's paying a low property tax, her tax would go from nothing to sky. She wouldn't be able to live in her house. So this is kind of how the state works. First, they're going to take out the commercial section. And then once that's taken care of, the fear is, and it may be a reality, is to go after the residential section. And if that happens, we're going to have devastating consequences throughout the state. We're going to go back to how we were in 1978.
Well, is this likely going to be put to the voters and passed by the voters? I mean, if the language is written such that you say, hey, property taxes are going to stay the same for small, for homeowners, but commercial businesses and the big businesses, they should be paying more for our education system.
People think commercial businesses are these giant conglomerates that own a lot. Some of them are just strip malls that are owned by individuals, and they're doing what they can to keep in business. So when you raise the taxes on the commercial property, we end up paying for it. You don't get $4 to $6 billion from the person who owns the building. They're not printing money back there. It's going to come from us. We will pay. For example, a gas station, they're a commercial business, and we're already paying the highest prices in gas in the country. We would pay more because their property taxes would go up just as well.
So every small business owner should really be taking...
Absolutely. This is serious. This is something that affects all of us. Make no mistake about it. the consumer is going to pay this tax. It's not the property owner. That trickle down will end up paying it.
Right. So viewers and residents out there who are unfamiliar with Prop 13 and what could be on the ballot in 2020 need to take special note.
Oh yeah, we have to take note, and we have to make sure that we protect ourselves. The legislation that was initially written was so poorly written they had to rewrite it again, and still there's some problems with it.
All right. Mark Powell, thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me.
Appreciate the insight this morning, and we'll continue to follow the issue.
Okay.